Travis Wayne Goodsell. Let's try to do a voiceover in the Stellarium program for you. We'll set up the conditions here. Alrighty, and then we need to go to Thursday. Alright, so what we have is Mercury at the feet. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. God's referring to government, so he's a government messenger. Here's Regulus, the king star of Leo, the Lion King. Here's the sun. It's in between, but it's right where the mouth of Leo the lion would be, even though it's at the crab's claw. Here's Venus. That is now at the rear of the crab, and it's going to enter and come out through the mouth. Pay attention to that. It's the way they understood things. Over here we have Mars. It's right here at the end of Aries. And so that's something that I'm curious about. As we go back, here we have Jupiter in Pisces. He's on the back of Pegasus. And then we keep going back. And yeah, there we go. This is what we're looking for. I should also point out, yeah, Draco the dragon has Cygnus, falling stars. So that's something to note. And then Perseus. There's Perseus with the Perseids. So, okay, now let's get back to the High Priest symbol of Aquarius. It's the High Priest symbol because I'm the one who discovered that the Hebrew mem, in Semitic Hebrew, is from the Egyptian High Priest symbol of water being poured over a man's head. And so what we have is the moon, and it's a full supermoon. It's 15 days old. It's not showing the full moon there, but if I were to go back in time, or do I need to go forward in time? There it is. See, full moon showing 14.8 days old. So let's get back into midnight to 1 o'clock, was it? Yeah, 1 o'clock. This is a super moon. It's the final super moon of the year. That means it's the closest to the Earth. You'll notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 falling stars surrounding Aquarius. Aquarius is designated by 12 high priests. 12 stars. Yes, you see where we're going with this? So falling stars, 5, is not a pentagram, it's an inverted pentagram for falling stars. And we have Saturn in conjunction with the moon. And they're at the back end of the goat beast constellation of Capricorn. And so, if you missed the death of President Thomas S. Monson back on January 2nd in the evening, 10:01 p.m., That was during the quadrantid meteor showers. It was a supermoon. It was also a month before the blood blue wolf super moon of the end of the month there. I think that was on the Super Bowl. Wasn't that the Super Bowl night? Can't remember. It's been so long ago.
Again on Thursday.
Yeah, that all ties in to this. And the symbolisms can be referred. People are whispering. Hilarious. And so when you refer to the star signs given in Revelation chapter 12, Revelation chapter 19, you can apply them here as well. So you have 12 high priests of an inverted pentagram, falling stars. The super full moon is being born because it went through the mouth of Capricorn, the goat beast, and is now being born with Saturn. And Saturn is the one who murdered his, castrated his father. If you go back into the Greek rather than the Roman naming of him. And then Zeus, his son, was the one who then murdered him and freed the captives of those who tried to have him assassinated by his father. And so the mythology is to be understood as we go over this. But you see that Jupiter is not in this grouping, this conjunction. This is what's called a conjunction. And it technically is the age of Aquarius, or the night of Aquarius, with what's going on here. And thus I am looking to see if something's going to happen on Thursday. I'd be very curious, because this indicates a crowning of a new leader of an inverted pentagram church. Right, Mormons? And as I've gone over with you, when Monson died, Mars was at the top of the scales of Libra. And Libra is the judgment. And so the judge in Israel, as we understand it, is the president of the church. And so Nelson takes over. So Nelson is now equated with Mars. As I've followed Mars all these years, and to compare with what Nelson's been doing on Earth. So again, Joseph Smith translation, Revelation chapter 12, makes that tie to the signs in the heavens with events on Earth. And so what we have here is a different planet, Saturn, who's being born with the 12 high priests of the inverted pentagram, as the moon represents religion in the Egyptians, the left eye for religion. And as a full moon, it's at its peak. And so when we go back to Mars, you see him at the end, born of Aries. Aries, if you recall, is from Abraham sacrificing Isaac. They go up to the top of the mountain, Utah, and Abraham is about to sacrifice his son when an angel, Mercury, appears and says, "Stop, don't do it, here's a ram." There it is. So the ram is associated with sacrifice. And so Mars, Nelson, is now born of the sacrifice as as Saturn is the replacement. So who would that be? That would be Oaks. I'm still kind of curious to see if the 5 falling stars are going to have any kind of significance with this transfer of authority, if this is what the sign in the heavens is indicating for Thursday and into Friday. So this is the test to check to see if this is accurate. I had to do my research to study the mythology and make sure I got the Saturn's history correct, and knowing what a falling star is and what the symbol is, and so yeah, this is all this is. And so I'm watching to see what happens on Thursday into Friday.